Disasters in the Philippines aren't coming, they're already here. In this video we reveal 20 provinces most at risk of collapse in 2025. Some are flooding, some are shaking, some are vanishing. Guess which one's number 20, and stay to find out. 1. Pangasinan. Pangasinan is a coastal province on Luzon known for its beaches, but today, those same shores are under threat. In October 2025, a strong storm caused a 3-meter-high storm surge in Lingayen Gulf, which destroyed homes and forced hundreds of families to flee. What's worse, scientists warned that an earthquake from the Manila Trench could cause a tsunami up to 15 meters tall. It would hit the coast within minutes. People living here aren't just facing floods, they're facing the real chance of being washed away. As one local official said, it's not just water rising, we're actually sinking. 2. Pampanga. Pampanga sits between rivers and volcanoes. This province suffers from two big threats, floods from above and eruptions from below. It lies near Mount Pinatubo and sits on old lava deposits. With more rainfall each year, rivers like the Pampanga River overflow easily. In past years, evacuations saved lives, but in 2025, experts say the storms are stronger and more frequent. Some local leaders are scared that the next big typhoon could destroy not just farms, but entire neighborhoods. 3. Nueva Ecija. This province is known as the Rice Bowl of the Philippines, but the rain that once helped grow food is now drowning it. During Typhoon Pepito in late 2024, towns were flooded for days. By early 2025, rainfall had increased to over 100 millimeters per day, enough to paralyze life in both towns and rural areas. Drainage systems can't keep up, crops are failing, roads are breaking down. If nothing is done, this food-producing province could lose its future. 4. Cagayan. Cagayan, in northern Luzon, is used to storms. But now, the storms are coming faster and harder. In 2024, over 24,000 people had to evacuate before Super Typhoon Usagi arrived. The province has many people living in homes on stilts by the river. Even regular rain can flood these areas. With weak infrastructure and multiple natural threats from earthquakes to tsunamis, Cagayan is in constant danger. 5. Tarlac. Tarlac might not be as famous as its neighbors, but it's just as fragile. The land here is unstable, sitting close to the West Valley Fault. In 2024, heavy rains made rivers like the Rio Chico overflow, submerging entire barangays. Experts worry about a worst-case scenario, a typhoon that floods the land, followed by an earthquake that breaks it apart. That kind of disaster could leave huge parts of Tarlac unlivable. 6. Bulacan. Bulacan is close to Metro Manila and is one of the country's fastest-growing areas. But it's sitting on shaky ground, literally. It's right near the West Valley Fault and is surrounded by rivers known for serious flooding. Typhoons in 2025 broke through the province's defenses. Floods covered villages and earthquakes could cause liquefaction, where the ground turns to quicksand. One engineer described Bulacan as a sponge soaking up Manila's problems. 7. Isabela. Isabela has large flatlands perfect for farming, but they also collect too much rain. In 2023, over 1,000 millimeters of rain fell in just 1 week. That amount can destroy crops, isolate towns, and flood homes for days. Storms are now coming more often and staying longer. Farmers say they've never seen anything like it. Without better flood protection, Isabela may become unfit for farming or living. 8. Leyte. Leyte still carries the memory of Super Typhoon Yolanda. The destruction it caused changed lives forever. Even smaller storms now cause big problems. In 2024, a weaker storm still killed and displaced people. Tacloban, the capital, is at risk of storm surges and earthquakes. Infrastructure here is still weak. As one mother in Palo said, we rebuild, we cry. But what if it happens again, and worse? 9. Davao del Sur. Davao del Sur isn't in the main path of typhoons, but its risks are growing. Climate models show Mindanao will soon face stronger and stranger weather patterns. Flash floods in 2025 already caused damage near Mount Apo. Coastal communities are also experiencing higher tides. A quiet danger is building. An environmental planner warned, this is the calm before the real storm. 10. Catanduanes. You know, Catanduanes is often the first place storms hit. Back in 2020, Typhoon Goni destroyed much of the island. And now, in 2025, residents say the storms haven't really stopped. The island is vulnerable to both strong winds and rising water. Fault lines off the coast also raise concerns about earthquakes. Catanduanes is the front line in the Philippines' climate battle. 11. Albay. Albay is watched constantly because of Mayon volcano, which, looks peaceful, but is actually very active. In 2020, a typhoon and floods damaged the area badly. People here live with two dangers: water and fire. Lahar, or volcanic mud, can flow during heavy rains and bury towns. With rising sea levels and more intense typhoons, Albay could soon face a perfect storm of disasters. 12. Sorsogon. Next to Albay is Sorsogon, where Bulacan volcano has been acting up again. The volcano can erupt with little warning. Coastal villages are also threatened by landslides, floods, and violent storms. Farmers on hillsides are abandoning their land. One local said, "We move when the land tells us to, but someday we may not have anywhere else to go." 13. Camarines Sur. Camarines Sur faces flooding nearly every year. Its rivers, like the Baikal River, they just easily overflow. In 2022, a storm triggered several landslides, and evacuation centers couldn't hold all the people needing shelter. Both inland towns and coastal communities are at risk here, but with limited money and resources, it's really hard for Cam Sur to prepare for what's coming. 14. Batangas. So, Batangas is home to Taal volcano, which erupted again in January 2025. Even though it wasn't a full eruption, the smoke and ash really frightened locals. The province is also prone to floods during storms. The mix of volcanic and weather-related dangers just makes Batangas a place where things can go wrong quickly, and often. 15. Negros Occidental. This province is known for sugarcane farms and growing cities. But you see, the Canlan volcano has become more active. Ash clouds have darkened the sky, and over 13,000 people had to evacuate in late 2024 and early 2025. When heavy rains fall on volcanic slopes, they can cause mudslides that bury villages. Locals are afraid of the volcano, but honestly, they've lived with it so long, they know when to run. 16. Zambales. So, Zambales isn't usually in the spotlight, but it faces one of the biggest threats: tsunamis. If a large quake hits the Manila Trench, waves as tall as 15 meters could hit the coast in just minutes. The land here also still carries damage from Mount Pinatubo's eruption. River paths have changed and flooding is getting worse. People wonder if they'll get enough warning before disaster strikes. 17. Palawan. Palawan is often seen as a paradise, but rising seas and heavy monsoon rains are ruining that image. In 2025, flooding hit 80 barangays and forced over 23,000 people to evacuate. Outlying islands are already sinking. Officials say without help, Palawan may become a place people flee, not visit. 18. Eastern Samar. Still scarred by Yolanda, Eastern Samar now faces not just storms, but deadly heat. Temperatures in 2024 reached nearly 55 degrees Celsius. At the same time, floods and erosion are getting worse. For towns like Hernani, just surviving the week is hard. One resident summed it up: "We're not just facing one disaster, it's everything, all at once." 19. Ilocos Sur. Ilocos Sur is known for its old Spanish architecture and dramatic cliffs, but it faces hidden danger. A major quake could send waves crashing into Vigan in minutes. Upland towns also face landslides. With few escape routes and old infrastructure, people here worry they won't be able to get to safety in time. 20. Ilocos Norte. The northern neighbor of Ilocos Sur faces the same tsunami threats. But Ilocos Norte has another problem: old and crumbling infrastructure. Coastal areas are being eaten by the sea and seawalls are breaking. Fishing villages are shrinking as the ocean moves closer. One local official said, "The land is disappearing, the sea keeps coming." These disasters are already happening. The question now is, are we ready? Which province shocked you the most? Comment below, and share this video to help others stay aware and prepared.